This is a very likable version of the Yankees. Greg Allen, Florial, Lamar, Gleyber laying down a 1-1 bunt.
I know.
What?
Double
a 1-1
steals.
bunt, double stealing?
Yeah.
Taking an extra base?
The New York Yankees stole 3 bases yesterday and laid down a sacrifice bunt that led to the game winner.
By the way, when he didn't square the bunt on the first or second pitch, he bunted on the third pitch.
Did you think he was going to bunt?
Well, David Cohn said there's no way he's going to bunt.
No, and I agreed with David. Not
I
because
thought he should bunt.
No, I should too. There's a difference between what you think is going to happen and what you would do. Yes, once Philadelphia doesn't score in the 10th inning, and they did lay down a sacrifice bunt with Torreyes, but it didn't work out for them. I thought, I'll lay down a bunt. Even though after Gleyber, you're looking at Gardner, Greg Allen, Tyler Wade, even though they used their bench, I still like the idea of let me get that winning run 90 feet
away.
For
the exact reason as to how the game ended. A fly ball wins it.
But, dude, I didn't think there was a shot in hell he was going to bunt.
I'll be honest. I thought they were going to pinch run for him, to be honest, once he got to third or even
They didn't have the weapons to do it.
But
I mean, think about it. He used Ryan Lamar as a pinch hitter. That worked out. He used Chris Giddens earlier as a pinch hitter. Not that you're going to use him as a pinch runner. And then the only other guy on your bench is the backup catcher, Rob Brintley. They just don't have much of a bench, so they were not equipped to pinch run for Gary in that situation.
Listen, it's different, man. It's different, and it's fun, and it's likable.
Wait a second. So are you in? Are you all in
No,
again?
I'm not, and here's why.
Why?
It's such a weird thing to say because it's so disgusting to say it.
What?
But no, I'm not going to say it.
Well,
I'm not going to say it. I'm going to read.
I'm going to tease us with.
Yeah.
It's disgusting to say. I'm not going to say it. I'll say it. Oh wait, I'm not going to say it.
Okay,
Just say it.
In a weird way, you have to say something to the effects of they can take their time recovering. Take your time coming back because I don't want Greg Allen out of the lineup.
He doesn't have to be, though.
Now, he's going to go through a week where he goes 0 for 13. It's going to happen at some point. That's baseball. I get that. But you've got something right now
but Craig,
that I think you have to embrace.
Craig.
Yeah.
Here's the good news. I want to save you with this because you're right, but you don't have to overanalyze, I don't want this or that guy back. Who are the guys that have sparked the New York Yankees?
Well,
Greg
Allen for
is
one.
Okay,
Yeah.
The New York Yankees for the last 2 months have played without a true everyday center fielder, with all due respect to Brett Gardner.
Sure.
And without a real left fielder. Clint Frazier was terrible, then he got hurt. Miguel Andujar started to show you something, he got hurt. So you go in knowing I've got 2 open positions even when everyone's healthy. But Gio Urshela coming back is a good thing. No offense to Tyler Wade. I'm glad he was a part of a double steal. No one needs to see Tyler Wade play every day.
I agree with you on that.
Okay.
So Gio comes back. He plays third base.
Great.
Listen, Glaber's not going anywhere. You have...
you need Aaron Judge back?
Well, Rugula, of course, plays second.
Sure.
LeMahieu plays first because Voit, who the hell knows with the bone bruise, right?
Right.
And then you have, you're going to put Judge back in right or in center?
Of course. No, you're putting him in right.
Okay, Judge goes to right.
And Greg Allen can play left field or center field.
Okay.
Like, you can
Who am I missing
bring
then?
your guy. Craig, think about it. Ryan Lamar, you want to play him every day?
No. But who am I missing
Tyler
there?
Wade, Estevan Florial's the guy you're missing.
Florial's the guy I'm
You could
missing.
seriously look at, once the Yankees are healthy, an outfield of Greg Allen, Estevan Florial, and Aaron Judge. And Brett Gardner off the bench like he should be. Like, that's reasonable. So
Yeah.
I hate to say blessing in disguise because I don't know if I'd go that far, but opportunities have been created for guys who may stick. Specifically Greg Allen, and even to a degree Estevan Florial, who we've been mentioning for months. So it's not as if I don't need my guys back. Of course you need the guys back. The Yankees are better if Gio Urshela is playing third base.
Yeah.
The Yankees are better if Aaron Judge is in right field.
Well,
but this has created an opportunity for guys to now have jobs even when guys are healthy.
Here's the deal. You asked me a question. Have I bought back in? Do I now believe in the Yankees who've won 9 of 12? No, I don't. Because you've got 4 games right now against the Red Sox. So if you ask me that question next week, perhaps there's a different answer, right? What are they? Still 6th in the loss column, if I'm not mistaken.
6 back in the loss column of Boston.
And I think
5 back of Tampa in the loss column. And if
Yeah.
you're looking at Oakland, wild card spot number 2,
right?
2 back in the loss column.
So the Yankees, listen, it's a pennant race the entire summer. They've pretty much cinched that up. But it really comes down again to the Boston Red Sox, right? They took 2 out of 3 from the Red Sox last weekend. And now the Yankees going to Boston humming in a manner they haven't done really all year with the type of baseball they're playing. So I'm not going to answer the question
Why?
until next week.
What do you mean not going to answer
I want to
the
wait
question?
and see what they do at Fenway Park. And that's what it is. Now, in the meantime, if you're a diehard Met fan, I think you owe it to us to say thank you.
I already did.
No, not just you. I mean, callers. I think if you're a diehard Met fan.
Why do we have to call up and kiss the ring? Like, why?
Because
we appreciate the help, but I mean, geez.
we
got to go all the way with this?
You got to kiss the ring a bit. We did something for you this last 2 days that you needed us to do, and we obliged.
I'll make you a deal.
We did your bidding for you.
I'll make you a deal.
And we're happy to do it.
I'll make you a fair deal, and I think everyone would agree to this. Starting tomorrow night, the New York Mets play the Toronto Blue Jays. They play a 3-game series. Now, the Blue Jays have actually fallen behind the Yankees because they've lost 2 straight to the Boston Red Sox.
Right, so we're not chasing them. So
no, but they're in the race with you.
Nothing you can do for me in that regard.
Shut your mouth for 1 second.
Yeah, we're done.
In honor of you needing us this weekend, I'd like to present you a gift.
You have a gift for me.
I do.
All right.
Let me open it up.
All right. Nice
and
gift.
I would like you
Considering
to...
I bought lunch. Okay, nice gift. Let's see what you got.
I mean, technically, not really.
All
But
right,
okay.
here we go.
I have this gift for you to wear.
LGM.
Yeah.
I have always shown my support to the lesbian gay community, and I have no problem doing that on this show.
There's also a Met logo on it. So why don't you show love for the team that you want some help from this weekend?
Yeah, but I don't need your help. That's the difference.
It would be nice to get it. The Blue Jays were tied with you yesterday.
This is another one of those giveaways that you got for nothing.
That's right. Well, I bought the ticket, so that's not nothing.
So this one's sponsored by Goya on the back. Yes.
Did you think I bought the shirt for
That's
you?
not a bad shirt, though. All right, I'll rock this tomorrow for
Thank you. In honor of Mets Blue Jays. But yeah, no, Craig, I am very appreciative of what the Yankees did. And I know
Met fans should be.
Look, I know there's a lot of Met fans out there that despise the New York Yankees, and I fully understand it. I've experienced it. But last night, as Zach Britton is struggling, as Nick Nelson, and by the way, if the Yankees don't win this game, it's 4.5 hours of what the F is Boone doing with Nick Nelson. Let's call it like it is.
Yeah, no one in the bullpen.
He was in a tough spot because he didn't have arms available.
Nobody in the bullpen.
Only, I think, critique you could have of Aaron, because I had this watching the game, is forget Nick Nelson, throw Aroldis Chapman into that moment in the 8th inning, because sometimes, Craig, the biggest outs aren't the 9th inning, it's the 8th inning.
Yeah.
Now, it all worked out. They did blow the lead. They didn't fall behind, and eventually they won. But as the Phillies are rallying, as JT Realmuto...
Was there a part of you that was rooting for them?
There was not an
Mets
ounce... fans for Yankees.
Okay.
There was not... I got to be honest about this.
Yeah.
Not even an ounce of me rooting for the Phillies.
Right, so when the Yankees are walking the ballpark last night
I'm pissed.
and imploding in the 8th inning,
I'm annoyed.
You actually, not that you're a fan, but you were pissed off because it was going to negatively impact the Mets.
Yes.
Okay.
And
So
by
I
the
make
way,
sure we
if
keep
you're-
you straight.
If you're a true fan of your team, because I did this even during the Nets season. Remember, I'd root against the Sixers in games, and you'd say, oh, calm down.
Yeah.
You have to put the interests of your team first. The Philadelphia Phillies are the enemy. They're the enemy in every way. Every way. Hector Neris, I can't stand Hector Neris. The city of Philadelphia, you've said it best, Craig. Foo Philly.
Yeah.
But last night in the 8th inning, Yankee fans, I felt you. I felt you. Because I wanted Chapman in that game. Now, maybe that's not a popular decision because Aroldis has had his problems, but I was watching Nick Nelson take my first place lead in the National League East.
And shrink it.
Shrink it. Like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Rick Moranis style.
Well,
So I was all in, and I want to thank you very much.
You're welcome.
For that gritty victory. Ryan Lamar, you're my boy.
well, listen, you can't win the division without us.
Well,
So
that's not-
that's what's become
That's not true.
That's become clearly apparent to all of us diehard Yankee fans. The New York Mets once again came to Daddy and asked Daddy to do them a little service for them and take care of business.
You know what's crazy?
And it was our pleasure to do it.
You know what's crazy? And I say this because it's just the facts, and I know you'd get a kick out of it. The New York Yankees, with their win last night, they've won 4 in a row. They've won 9 out of 12. It's been amazing. They're 50-44.
Yeah.
The Mets are 50-43.
That's right.
We basically have identical records.
By half a game? That's exactly right.
Yet.
Yet what?
Things-
After tonight, guess what? The New York Yankees have the best record in town. And while that doesn't mean anything, it's like being the tallest dwarf in the circus. It will be a little feather in the cap
That's fine.
of the Yankee fan
Craig?
to say to their Met fan neighbor or your fellow coworker, how many wins you got?
That's fine. We are a week away from the trade deadline,
We're
and
back.
there feels like the New York Mets are about to make aggressive, we're going for it all moves, and I don't get that sense from the Yankees. So despite having the same record, and obviously the place in the standings matter, I think that's a big factor
here. The reason
here.
you have that sense is because the Yankee owner didn't go on Twitter and say to the fan base, should we go out right now and sign a guy or wait a week and get the same guy for less? Which was kind of like an impromptu poll that Steve Cohen put out there on Twitter.
You know what Steve did, though? And I remember talking about this.
It's so funny to me.
I remember talking about this with you during the offseason about the bar that was set. The bar for the next 8 days is enormous. Like, I think there's an expectation, and I have it, that the New York Mets are going to do big things at the trade deadline.
Oh, I mean, listen, I agree with you on that. And Chris Bryant's the name you keep hearing, but Berrios is the name that's out there.
That's not the guy, Berrios. That's not the guy I feel the Mets have to go get.
Who do you want, Bryce Harper?
No, I want starting pitching. I'd love to go get a closer, even though I know they don't have the guts to do it, but they need pitching more than anything else.
Well, listen, we got lots to do. The Yankees last night. If you're a Yankee fan, I want you to call in because I want to know what it was like for you emotionally in the 8th inning and then, of course, in extra innings, okay? Just walk us through that roller coaster of how the 8th inning was imploding. And the Yankees, after they get the home run by Odor and they have a 5-2 lead, and you only got 6 outs to go, and you got Boston on the horizon, and then they start imploding. Be honest. Bases loaded 8th inning. What were you saying last night? 877-337-6666.
And remember how it all began, because it shouldn't be forgotten.
The error.
Gleyber-Torres error.
Well, listen, it happens.
It happens every night, Craig.
Well, it happens.
It happens every
they
night,
should stop
Craig.
hitting the ball to him.
Yes. Please, stop hitting the baseball towards Gleyber-Torres.
Could you stop hitting the ball to that guy? Is it too much to ask to hit the ball to second base?
I can tell you right now, in my home, I was cursing out Gleyber-Torres.
And you're not even a Yankee fan.
Well, last night I was. I wanted
you know that? Tell me if I'm wrong on this. I think at one point, did they score all 3 runs or 2 runs on just the one hit? It was the error by Torres. It was the walks.
A 2-run single
and it was
a wild
the single,
pitch.
right?
Yeah, 2-run
and
single
the wild pitch.
and a wild pitch.
So they scored 3 runs on one hit.
Yeah.
Which is not as bad, of course, as giving up 3 runs on a 10-foot dribbler down the third baseline, but it ain't good.
Guess what? That doesn't bother me because the Mets won the game.
Same with me.
Okay,
we
good.
both won the game.
No, and I agree. Like that 8th inning, you can look at in a much different light because you won the game.
There was also a weird play. I'm forgetting who was up for the Yankees. Hit a ground ball third base side. And the Phillies third baseman, did you see this? Mm-hmm. He jumped over the ball.
Ronald Torres?
I guess it was Torres. Did you see do you know the play I'm talking about?
Yep.
And the ball was 3 feet in fair territory.
Yes.
He ran over to it and he what is this called? He skipped.
Yes.
He skipped over the ball.
Yes.
And they didn't acknowledge that. Like, Big Mac, did you see what I'm talking about?
No, I saw the play. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I forget who hit it.
I want to say it was Stanton, but I'm not positive.
Doesn't even matter who hit it. What was the guy doing?
He was hoping it would roll foul. And
He
the
was
only
already
way,
past the bag.
There was no shot of it going foul.
That's what I thought, too.
He just thought to himself, I'm not going to get the out.
Yeah.
The reason I say I think it was Stanton because I don't think it was someone with any speed. Maybe I'm wrong.
Go
but
ahead.
he figured there's no way he's advancing the second anyway.
So let it go.
I'll just let it roll. Worst comes to worst, maybe I get lucky it hits a rock.
See if you
have
guys
no
can
idea.
find that somewhere for me.
I
a
thought it
video of
was
that.
similar on the one of the
Or
wild
maybe,
pitches.
pardon me a sec. I don't know. I was listening to John and Susan.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find it.
See if there's if they call that.
I think it was on one of the wild pitches, or maybe it was just an Aroldis Chapman ball that sailed. Gary barely put his glove up. I don't know if you remember the play. And this is not a knock on Gary, but he kind of says, I can't get it. I think it was similar where Torres said, I can't get it. I'm just going to, and hope it goes foul.
He jumped over the ball.
No,
Yeah,
I know.
odd.
I know.
And I'm watching it going, did I just see that? And then they showed one replay of it. We go, he literally ran to the ball and jumped over it.
And that's your boy Toe. Once a Yankee, always a Yankee.
The toe
yeah,
show.
yeah.
I used to love the toe show.
All right,
the
listen,
toe
we're
show.
going to get all your calls up in here for sure. We got a long show as always.